has been ongoing regarding Pakistan. It is the poorer who tend to smoke the most. Globally, 84% of smokers live in developing and transitional economy countries, and of course, Pakistan is one of them. A study of smoking prevalence among men in Chennai, India in 1997 shows that the highest rate is found among the illiterate population. And obviously when we talk about literacy in Pakistan, we have low literacy rate, and this prevalence decreases by number of years of schooling, and it decreases to about 21% among those with more than 12 years of schooling. There have been a study that was conducted in the United Kingdom that shows that only 10% of women and 12% of men in the highest socio-economic group are smokers, while 35% of women and 40% of men in the lowest socio-economic group. That's all. And we have a few examples from this region, South Asian region, Bangladesh. Poor in Bangladesh spend almost 10 times as much on tobacco as on education. At country level, over 10.5 million currently malnourished people could have an adequate diet if money spent on tobacco were spent on food instead. And there is another example from India. Some street children and other homeless people in India spend more on tobacco than on food, education, or savings. There is another example from another region, Egypt. Among lower income households in Egypt, more than 10% of household expenditures went to cigarettes or other forms of tobacco. Well, in many developing countries, because as we know that tobacco usage is more in developing countries as compared to developed nations and countries, workers spend a significant portion of their salaries on tobacco, and that obviously that portion could have been used on education, on other to uplift their socio-economic conditions. Well, if we talk about sustainable development goals. Sustainable development goals, as we know that, also called 2030 Agenda, and Pakistan and all other countries who are member of United Nations, they are bound to follow and bound to provide data and fulfill the promises that have been made by different countries regarding different issues. There are total 17 goals, and goal number 3, good health and well-being. Well-being is the goal that comes around this tobacco issue, because 3A under the goal 3A goal says that is particularly about tobacco. Strengthen the implementation of the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control in all countries as appropriate. Well, let's talk what we can do other than increasing taxation, because everyone here is talking about increasing taxation, but we should explore other ways of eradicating tobacco use or minimizing the tobacco use. If anyone can comment or give suggestion or alternatives that we can work on to eliminate or to minimize the tobacco use. Well, to start anything, to make things implemented, it is very important that you have to start a debate in the society. जब आप कोई भी काम start करते हैं तो आपको society के अंदर एक debate start करना पड़ती है, ताकि हर शख्स उसके ऊपर बात कर रहा है, दूसरे से discuss कर रहा हो. The right tool to start a debate is obviously the media, and Imran Sahib is sitting here, Chima Sahib is sitting here, who would second me that in removing the third tier, media has played a vital role. Obviously, without media, it wouldn't have been possible. And how to do this? There are a few suggestions. Use media, as I have mentioned earlier. There is another point that when we talk about media, we only select national media or mainstream media, but it is very important because as being Pakistani, our 60% population is from rural areas. So it is very, very important to engage regional media as well in other languages other than Urdu, English as well. So that can be another effective tool. And as I mentioned earlier, the target rural population. that will not work only to target people who are living in cities, who are studying in educational institutes. They are equally important, but it is very important to target rural population of Pakistan. Well, there is another aspect that I think that should be implemented or should be worked on institutes like organizations like John Hopkins or other organizations that invest in capacity building of journalists. Normally होता ये है कि हम जर्नलिस्ट को इवेंट्स पे बुलाते हैं और उनको प्रेस रिलीज दे देते हैं कि ये आज की कार्रवाई होगी, लेकिन it is very important to build the capacity of journalists to let them know about the facts and figures, ताकि वो एक इशू के ऊपर जब लिख रहे हो तो उनकी not 100% लेकिन उनकी कुछ ग्रिप उस इशू के ऊपर होनी चाहिए. So there is another suggestion, and again awareness programs like seminars, conferences, talks. I'm sorry, I forgot to.
I can change the slide.
It's finished. Through awareness programs, we can obviously engage different organizations, community, and obviously, I'm again of the point that engage rural population in your awareness programs. So that's all from my side. Thank you.